when do you start taking it like, all right, I'm gonna take this like a full-time job? When do you start taking it serious like that?
I had different waves with that. The first time I took it seriously, it was I was like 25 at the time. I got laid off at my job. I was working like a UPS store. I was working there for like throughout college. I was there for like 5 years. The owner's like, I'm selling it. I was like, damn, all right.
Wow.
He was like, you can stay, but they're going to lower your pay or you get unemployment.
What kind of shit is that?
He's selling it. He's telling you what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I was like, I was like the manager at the time. So I was like, I'm not going to stay if I'm getting paid less because I don't even want to do this.
Yeah.
So I ended up leaving and then taking the unemployment. And I was like, this shit, man, sweet. Like, I'm getting paid.
Free money.
I'm getting paid, but I'm still doing my business on the side. So that's when I took it seriously. And for like a good year and a half, I was like,
oh, wow.
I was making t-shirts. I was selling them. I was learning like, okay, I'm going to do pop-up shops. Like, I was learning that whole, spew of things. But then money got tight. Money is built to be paid. You can only live off your savings for so long, and the business is not going as far as I wanted to go. So I got into education.
Oh, you a teacher or something like that?
Yeah, I was an administrator at a charter school. So I was doing registration and stuff like that.
Right.
And the school though, I was still doing my brand, so they knew what it was. I was selling to my coworkers and stuff like that. And the school was like, "Oh, we want to do a design with you."
Wow.
And that was the first time like a school wanted to work with me, and they paid me to do a design and then to print the shirts itself. And I was like, wow, there's something in this. Like I can make some, like I'm making what I make in 2 weeks, in 2 days. So then I started designing it. That was for Black History Month. But then after that, I'm like, I could do regular designs, like if we have like testing week and I want to make shirts, we'll do that. So shout out to Leadership Prep, and I learned like, okay, this is something I could do. So while I was doing the job, I'm planning like, okay, I'm gonna get out of this work because I'm living in Harlem, but I'm working in Brooklyn, in Brownsville. So it's like,
that's a distance.
It's far, It's far. So I worked there for a year, and then from there, I still wasn't ready to take my brand seriously, right? Like I was like, it's good side money, but like, can I really live off this? And I felt at the time I wasn't ready for that. It's such a hard leap to take, right? Because because we get comfortable where we at, and we keep telling ourselves, "No, I'm gonna get to it." But like, time is really not on our side type shit, right?
Yeah.
So I still wasn't ready. So I went to Democracy Prep, another charter, and I was doing.
Oh, I was gonna work there too.
Really?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You was gonna go to Harlem?
I was gonna go to Harlem. I love Harlem. I love Harlem.
With all the bees and all that.
Probably where I get it from. Like I worked in Harlem for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Love Harlem.
I love it. I love the kids. I was there for a good like 2-3 years. Then the pandemic hit. So I'm home. And I'm still doing my brand because now people are buying more because they're home, right? They're on their phones, they're on their laptops even more.
How much did it spike up? Like
I would say it spiked up like a good 60%.
Yeah, everything was
because people were shopping.
It was prior to the pandemic, right? Yeah.
Pandemic, and people had money during the pandemic.
All that unemployment.
People had money, so I was like,
I see myself doing that. I was shopping like every day.
You're not going nowhere.
You're not going nowhere.
We buying clothes to stay in the house, but I wasn't mad at it, right?
I know you wasn't.
And during the time, we had like all those uprisings going on. Like George Floyd, all that, right? So it's like my shirts were like resonating with people, because it's about Black culture. It's not the corny shit with like Afro shit.
Like perfect timing.
It was perfect timing.
Oh yeah, so
I
didn't think about that.
Yeah, that was happening. So then I got on a video call with my principal at the time, and she knew I wanted, because I was very vocal, like I have my brand, I'm printing with that school, so everyone knows what it is, and it's like, okay, are you going to stay, are you going to leave? You're like, you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And she hit me on some like, you staying or not, because I got somebody else who want this job.
Wow.
I ain't gonna hold you. I felt some type of way, right? But in retrospect, like I needed to hear that, because if she was just like, "Oh, make your mind up and let me know," I probably would have still been there. Like I would have just been trying to juggle both, knowing I can't juggle both. So I was like, all right, fine, give him a job. I'm gonna leave. and I left, and things have been good. Things have been good. So